eyes open, but my thoughts never went to sleep. Another morning, another conversation I never wanted to continue. It's like my brain keeps collecting every mistake I've ever made, then lays them all across the floor before my feet even touch it. I carry invisible luggage into every room I enter. Nobody notices, why would they? The heaviest things I've ever lifted can't be seen. I smile when I'm supposed to, answer when I'm asked. Keep moving, keep functioning, keep pretending that the storm behind my forehead isn't getting stronger. Sometimes I wonder who I'd be if my own mind would stop putting me on trial. Every road I follow somehow circles back to the thoughts I'm trying to outrun. I'm trapped inside my own mind. Every doorway looks the same, every answer becomes another question. Every memory calls my name. I'm trapped inside my own mind, running from echoes that already know where I live, searching for peace inside a place that forgot how to be still. I'm trapped inside my own mind, but I refuse to stop searching for a way out. Anxiety doesn't knock, it rearranges the furniture, turns confidence into hesitation, turns opportunity into risk, turns tomorrow into something to fear instead of something to discover. I spent years preparing for disasters that never happened, building shelters from imaginary storms, losing sleep over conversations that only existed in my imagination. It's exhausting, fighting enemies that disappear the moment daylight arrives. Yet somehow they always find me again when the room gets quiet. I keep asking, what if everything falls apart? But never, what if it finally comes together? I'm trapped inside my own mind. The walls keep getting closer, the silence keeps getting loud. I'm trapped inside my own mind, trying to remember what breathing without fear used to feel like. I'm trapped inside my own mind, still looking for one honest thought that isn't shaped by fear. Maybe I believed every thought just because it sounded convincing. Maybe volume isn't the same thing as truth. Maybe fear speaks first because it wants attention. Maybe hope whispers because it doesn't have to shout. I've overlooked small victories, the mornings I stood up when I wanted to stay hidden, the conversations I almost avoided but didn't, the nights I made it through without giving up on tomorrow. Nobody handed me medals for surviving, but survival still deserve respect. Maybe healing isn't becoming fearless, maybe healing is learning that fear doesn't get the final decision. These walls weren't built overnight, they won't disappear overnight, but every honest step leaves another crack in the foundation, and eventually light finds cracks. I don't need my life to become perfect, I don't need every question answered, I don't need certainty. I just want one quiet morning where my thoughts aren't racing ahead of me, one peaceful evening where my heart doesn't mistake silence for danger, one moment where I remember I'm more than my worst memories, more than my hardest seasons, more than the voice that keeps telling me I'll never change. Because maybe the strongest thing I've done wasn't winning, it was refusing to stop trying. I'm trapped inside my own mind, but these walls don't define forever. I'm trapped inside my own mind, yet every sunrise proves another chapter can begin. I'm trapped inside my own mind, still carrying questions, still carrying hope, still choosing movement over surrender. One step, one breath, one day at a time. Maybe freedom doesn't arrive when the noise disappears. Maybe freedom begins when the noise no longer decides who I become. The loudest place I've ever known has never made a sound. It's hidden somewhere behind my eyes, where every unfinished thought keeps building another room. I don't need chains, I forge my own, link by link, fear by fear, regret by regret. Now every morning feels like walking through a hallway filled with old versions of myself, each one asking why weren't you enough. I wish I had an answer. Instead I keep collecting questions like they might become one. The world keeps moving forward, but inside me time refuses to cooperate. Old conversations replay with different endings. Old decisions demand another verdict. And somehow yesterday always finds a reason to return. I'm exhausted from arguing with a voice that never admits it's wrong. I'm trapped inside my own mind, searching every corner for a little peace. I'm trapped inside my own mind. One heartbeat, 1,000 questions, one soul still hoping there's another way through. The hardest part isn't the pressure, it's the pretending that pressure isn't there. People congratulate the version they can see to never meet the one who spends midnight negotiating with doubt. Every accomplishment gets interrupted by another impossible standard. Every finish line moves farther away. The second I reach it, I'm chasing satisfaction like it's running from me. Maybe that's why contentment always feels one step ahead. I became fluent in self-criticism. Every compliment gets translated into another expectation. Every success becomes another reason to fear failing tomorrow. I keep waiting for confidence to arrive. Maybe it was waiting for me all along. I'm trapped inside my own mind, trying to separate truth from assumption. I'm trapped inside my own mind, trying to remember who I was before fear learned my name. I'm trapped inside my own mind, still breathing, still believing, still refusing to let darkness write the ending. Yeah, maybe the strongest prison isn't built from steel. Maybe it's built from expectations nobody else placed on you. I spent years trying to become an impossible version of myself, always improving, never arriving, always climbing, never appreciating the mountain already behind me. There's always another reason to feel unfinished, another comparison, another disappointment, another reminder of where I thought I'd already be. Then one quiet evening, something changed, not dramatically, just enough to notice. I realized my harshest opponent was never life. It was the standard I carried into every room. The darkness promised I'd never escape, but darkness has never been very good at predicting dawn. Maybe healing looks ordinary, maybe it begins the moment you stop believing every accusation your thoughts invent. Maybe courage is choosing one healthier sentence instead of repeating an old lie. Maybe resilience isn't loud, maybe it sounds like standing up again without announcing it. Maybe freedom starts quietly, one decision, one breath, one honest conversation with yourself. Not about who you fail to become, but about who you're still becoming. I'm trapped inside my own mind. These walls no longer feel impossible. Oh, I'm trapped inside my own mind. Yet every sunrise reminds me nothing stays the same forever. I'm trapped inside my own mind, still carrying uncertainty, still carrying faith, still choosing another step. Because every journey outward begins with believing there's more beyond the walls. I spent years searching for an exit. Maybe the door was never outside. Maybe it was the moment I stopped letting fear decide who I could become.